Peterson said, my name is Mr. Mike, and I'm Michael and Gianna's dad. So you guys all just started school this year, right? Yeah. You have got a lot of work to do, right? You've got to learn your numbers and your letters, and what else? Songs, and make friends. And what I do for work is I work on big machines like bulldozers and tractors and trucks. And then I also own a construction company where we build and fix up houses. But what I really like to do for fun is to make up children's stories. And then I write them down and try to turn them into books for my kids to read. And now I get to share them all with you. So that's really cool. Have any of you guys ever came up with a story? Cool, or played pretend, right? You just use your imagination and make up a story. That's what I did today. So I came here to tell you a little story that I came up with that Michael and Gianna told me that you guys have been going to the library last week for the first time and got to take home books. That's so cool, that's so cool. Well, I hope that one day that this could be a book that maybe you guys could find at the library and take it home. So, let's see. I've heard that you guys have been learning about the seasons and the weather, is that true? Okay, cool. Anybody raise their hand and tell me what season it is right now? You.
Victoria, remember what we said? It's not summer anymore. What is it? Fall.
Just changed.
What is it, Fiona? Fiona, what is it? Fall.
Fall, right. Okay, it sounds like your teacher's doing a pretty good job of teaching you already. Okay, so my story today is about a little leaf named Orik. And it's called Orik Leaves the Leaves. So, Orik awoke to his life one day, snuggled up warm and cozy inside of his little bud blanket on the tippy tip of a branch in a giant oak tree, right here. And there he waited patiently while outside the cold winds of winter blew the tree. And Orik felt sleepy in there. But soon the days became longer and longer, and it got warmer and warmer. And Orik began to feel a little bit cramped inside of his body. So he decided that it was time to poke his head out and get some fresh air and sunshine. So little by little, Orik unwrapped his proud green leafy self, and at last, he poked his head out, felt the warm sun and gentle spring breeze on his face. Gentle spring breeze. And Orik felt happy. So within days, more of his fellow leaves began to pop out. There's this one, pop. And this one, pop. This one, pop. This one, pop. This one, and pop. And more leaves began to pop out. Soon he was surrounded by thousands of other leaves, and he was part of one big, happy family tree. And Orik felt content.
Where's Orik?
So, the leaves got to know one another. They said,
Hi, my name's Tommy. Hi, my name's Frank.
hi, my name's Sophie. My name's Samantha. And they all got to know one another, and they all spent a rainy and windy spring just hanging on to their branches. And then they spent a long, hot summer just hanging out. Orik had now become a proud, big, fully grown leaf, and he was so proud of himself and his family. Soon it was fall, like now, and the days became a little bit cooler and a little bit shorter. And one day, Orik noticed that he was starting to get little red spots all over his body. Orik looked around, but none of the other leaves had any spots on them. Orik felt worried. One chilly week later, Orik's whole body was now marbled crimson. This. He was half red, half green. Oh no. And oh, how he stood out. When the other leaves saw that Orik looked so different from them, they began to tease him. They said, "What's wrong with him? Why are you all red?" "You look weird." Orik felt sad. Then, a few days later, Orik had turned completely red. He turned completely red. Oh, and now he really stood out among all the other green leaves of the tree. And now that he looked so strange, the trees, all the leaves in the trees didn't want to talk to him anymore. And they all stayed away from him. Orik was lonely. He was all by himself. Orik felt so lonely. And after days of this, Orik, he just didn't want to be lonely anymore. He didn't want to live in that tree anymore if anybody couldn't accept him for who he was. And so one day, he simply let go of his branch. And Orik felt scared. As Orik fell, he tumbled in the wind. Whoa! But eventually, he came to rest in the soft grass below the tree. He said, "Now what am I going to do with myself? Huh, what does a leaf do without a tree?" And Orik felt really confused. But just then, a gust of wind whipped Orik back into the air and sent him flying down the street. And the little leaf blew down the road. He wondered where the wind would take him. And Orik felt frightened. And then eventually, at the end of the road, Orik blew into a giant pile of leaves. And there were yellow ones, and orange ones, and brown ones, and there was even red ones just like him. And the friendly leaves of the pile all greeted Orik and smiled, and they said hello, and welcome, and hi, and bonjour, and nice to meet you, and mucho gusto, and hola, and what's up, dude? And Orik felt happy and welcome. The rest of the leaves in the pile. And Orik met many friendly leaves of all shapes and sizes and colors from all different kinds of trees and bushes from all over the neighborhood. And Orik felt wonder. In a few weeks, some other tree leaves from Orik's old tree began to blow into the pile. And guess what? They had all turned red too. Oh, this one. Yeah. They all apologized for treating him so poorly because he was different. They said, "We're sorry we made fun of you. We were not nice. We should never have done that. We all missed you when you left." And Orik felt forgiveness. And so, in that pile of all different color leaves, all different shapes and all different sizes, the leaves of Orik's trees looked around and saw that they were more alike than they were different. And they saw that each one of them was special in their own way. And Orik felt togetherness. I'm going to need a couple volunteers for this part. Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? And let's see, can you help me? Okay, come over here. Come over there. You guys stand right here. I need you to help me too. Okay. So, one day, Orik watched as a little boy walked up to the pile. He got a running start and jumped straight into the pile. Jumped straight into the pile. Woohoo! And as he popped up, he tossed big handfuls of leaves up into the air. Get the leaves, throw them up there. Big handfuls. Big handfuls of leaves up in the air like this. Big handfuls. And as Orik flew through the air, got to Orik. Oh, whoa, as Orik flew through the air, Orik felt joy. And soon, other groups of children all came to play and jump in the leaves. Go ahead. You can play. Throw them up. Jump in there, throw them up. Yeah, good. And those children, they all looked a little different from one another too. They were all different shapes and sizes, colors, just like the leaves, right? And it didn't matter to any of them. The children were all smiling and laughing and laughing, getting along and having fun. And where's Orik? Oh, as he flew through the air having fun with all the children, Orik felt togetherness and felt complete. The end.